Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to do feather sticking. So we're going to go ahead and baton this. See if we can't split it right down the middle. So we're going to also peel that bark off. Cool. Actually, well, we can try with this one. This one might be a bit thick for feather sticking. Feather sticking is really nice. Make some really thick sticks. Sorry about the noise in the background. So basically, feather stick, you want to ride the really high ridges that you carve from previous feather sticks. I'm doing a really not a great job. Feather sticking is not my strong point. But this can be really nice, especially at this angle. But make enough of these, leave them on the stick, and you'll be able to light that with a ferro rod. It could be a replacement for tinder. I'm going to angle you guys a little bit more down so I can just focus on the feather sticking. Make sure you can see. Actually, I'm going to switch knives. Switch to a little bit finer knife. There we go. You may lose a couple in the beginning. That's pretty normal. There we go. You just want to tilt it a little every time. This wood, I think, is a little too far gone for this. Yeah. Very punky wood, but we got a little bit of something going. Definitely not my best feather stick. These are very thick. This can be very helpful if you split wood when it's been raining and the outside's wet and you need to get stuff going. You can't find any wet tinder, or dry tinder rather. This can be a really good way to get that going. So you get that. Those are really fine. These are pretty thick as far as feather sticks go. I'll show you some finer ones. But yeah, get that going. Maybe put some cedar bark in there. Get that lit with a ferrocerium rod or a Bic lighter even, and that will burn pretty well. Try on this stick. Like I said, this is pretty not the best wood. You can see all the worm dust underneath. I know a lot of people who they'll start from the outside because it's easier to get the ridges. Actually, it looks like it's working a little better for this knife. Try this guy again. Like I said, I am not the best feather sticker around for sure. See, now we're making some fine ones. This thicker knife, it's not wanting to bite into the wood nearly as much. Make sure I'm in frame. I was making really fine. Curls are all just falling off though, but doesn't matter. You can, especially when you're beginning, you can get a pile of these off of a stick and use that as a tinder instead. I'm pretty rusty. I haven't, like I said in an earlier video, I haven't been out in the woods in a while. I had a kid and got married and worked a couple jobs that didn't really give me a lot of time off. There we go. So yeah, getting back in the woods, and I want to be authentic, so I'm not going to just show you all the successes. I'll show the little learning curve that came with this. Now we're getting some good ones. So yeah, those are the really good fine ones that you want to, especially you can get those started with a ferrocerium rod or a Bic very easily. Let's see if I've got something. I seem to have misplaced my Bic. Apologies. There. Yeah, you get your feather sticks made. You want to ideally make a bunch of these, but this is just a demonstration. They'll go up. Once your small ones go up, you'll want to try to get your big ones going. They're a little bit thicker, so it'll take a little bit more to get these burning. But in a situation where you've got no dry tinder, nothing prepped up, or nothing available, this could be the difference between having a fire and not. Alright. Always make sure to practice fire safety. Be safe out there and get out in the woods.